Introduction: Understanding the importance of cybersecurity for Canadian companies. As technology continues to advance, so do the threats to cybersecurity. Canadian companies are not immune to these threats and must take proactive measures to protect their sensitive data and intellectual property. Cybersecurity is no longer an optional expense but a necessary investment for any business that wants to remain competitive and secure in today's digital landscape. In this video, we will explore the top security threats that Canadian companies should be aware of in 2023 and provide insights on how to prepare for them. By understanding the importance of cybersecurity and taking the necessary precautions, Canadian companies can shield themselves from following two potential attacks and safeguard their future success. 1. Ransomware attacks and data breaches. In today's digital age, ransomware attacks and data breaches are becoming increasingly common. These types of cyber threats can have devastating consequences for Canadian companies, including financial losses, reputational damage, and legal liabilities. Ransomware attacks involve hackers encrypting a company's data and demanding payment in exchange for the decryption key. Data breaches, on the other hand, involve unauthorized access to sensitive information, such as customer data or intellectual property. Both types of attacks can be initiated through phishing emails, unsecured networks, or outdated software. It is crucial for Canadian companies to implement robust cybersecurity measures to prevent and mitigate the impact of these threats. This includes regular backups of critical data, employee training on how to identify and avoid phishing scams, and the use of up-to-date antivirus software. By taking proactive steps to protect their data, Canadian companies can shield themselves from the damaging effects of ransomware attacks and data breaches. 2. Insider threats and employee negligence. Insider threats and employee negligence are two of the most significant security risks that Canadian companies face today. These threats come from within an organization, making them difficult to detect and prevent. Insider threats can be intentional or unintentional, but both can result in severe consequences for a company's data security. Intentional insider threats occur when an employee deliberately steals or leaks sensitive information. This could be for personal gain or to harm the company. Unintentional insider threats, on the other hand, occur when an employee accidentally exposes sensitive information. This could happen through a misconfigured system or by falling victim to a phishing attack. Employee negligence is another significant security risk that Canadian companies need to watch out for. Negligence can take many forms, such as using weak passwords, failing to update software, or not following proper security protocols. These actions can leave a company vulnerable to cyber attacks, putting sensitive information at risk. To mitigate these risks, companies must implement strict access controls and monitor employee activity closely. They should also provide regular training to employees on cybersecurity best practices and enforce strict security policies. By taking these steps, Canadian companies can reduce the likelihood of insider threats and employee negligence, protecting their sensitive data from potential breaches. 4. Section 3. Advanced Persistent Threats, APTs, and Nation-State Actors. In today's digital age, cyber threats are becoming more sophisticated and complex. Advanced persistent threats, APTs, and nation-state actors are among the top security threats that Canadian companies need to watch out for in 2023. These types of attacks are highly targeted and can cause significant damage to an organization's reputation, finances, and operations. APTs are long-term, stealthy attacks that are designed to gain unauthorized access to a company's network or systems. They are often carried out by highly skilled hackers who use advanced techniques such as social engineering, spear phishing, and zero-day exploits to bypass security measures. Once inside a network, APTs can remain undetected for months or even years, gathering sensitive information and stealing valuable data. Nation-state actors are government-sponsored groups that engage in cyber espionage, sabotage, or warfare. These attackers have significant resources at their disposal and can launch highly sophisticated attacks against specific targets. Their motives may include stealing intellectual property, disrupting critical infrastructure, or gaining strategic advantage over other nations. To defend against APTs and nation-state actors, Canadian companies need to implement a multi-layered approach to cybersecurity. This includes using advanced threat detection tools, conducting regular security assessments, and implementing strong access controls and user authentication protocols. It is also essential to train employees on how to identify and report suspicious activity and to have an incident response plan in place to quickly respond to any security incidents. By staying vigilant and proactive, Canadian companies can protect themselves against these advanced security threats and safeguard their assets, reputation, and customers' trust. 5. Conclusion: preparing for the future of cybersecurity in Canada. As we move towards the future, it's important for Canadian companies to stay vigilant and proactive in their approach to cybersecurity. The threats discussed in this article are just a few of the many that businesses may face in the coming years. By implementing strong security measures, regularly training employees on best practices, and staying up to date on the latest threats, companies can better protect themselves from potential attacks. It's also important to work with trusted security partners who can provide guidance and support in the event of a breach. With the right preparation and mindset, Canadian companies can continue to thrive and grow while keeping their sensitive data and assets safe from harm.